Shit! Ow! Damn it! Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Cut it open. Come on out of there. Oh, no thank you. Alright, what is up, Transformer fans, and welcome to Bruticus Week Day 3, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Combiner Wars Voyager Class Onslaught. And my goodness, what a hard-to-find figure this is! And I think he's pretty cool, so let's take a look at, obviously here in vehicle mode, we can tell that he is the hotspot mold, but they've done some really cool things here to make him stand out and, make him different. Obviously, first and foremost, what was the front of Hotspot is now the rear of Onslaught, and vice versa. Overall, it's just really amazing how different this vehicle looks when it's just flipped around. Obviously, they've added in some little cockpit pieces here, and they're just kind of hollow, so you can see through them. His fists do kind of drag the ground, so some of that shatters the illusion. Moving back here, you have this huge missile or turret rack or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what that is. I don't know. One little minor gripe is they left the sirens on here, and I'm not quite sure why they did that. And if they were trying to hide them, I'm not quite sure why they painted them purple. But it kind of breaks up the vehicle mode a little bit, so sure. Coming back here, you can see the new feet are just kind of arbitrarily folded up here. And then there's a huge gap. So that's a little bit of a problem. But comparing him to his brother, I guess, you can see how different, wow, they're long, how different they really are. I mean, obviously the whole shape of the vehicle is different. Most of the meat of Hotspot being up front and then the back is just kind of loose. But then it, Onslaught feels like one solid piece of mass. He doesn't succumb to this weakness of having this gap right here. So Onslaught probably uses this mold to his advantage more than Hotspot does. Honestly, this is the best reuse of a figure thus far in Combiner Wars. I mean, let's think back to what we had. We had Optimus and then Motormaster. They turned a truck into another truck. We had Silverbolt and Cyclonus, and then eventually Scattershot. They turned a jet into another jet. Into another jet. But then we've got Hotspot and Onslaught where they took a fire truck and turned it into a mobile missile rack. Holy crap! The guns here that were kind of lost and didn't make much sense on Hotspot are right at home here on Onslaught's turret rack thing. It is articulated, you can move it, and these do unplug. I kind of stick them upside down like so. But you can flip them around and do like this, but I think they make more sense to be stuck on upside down because it kind of fills in the gaps a little bit better and it, just sits there a lot better. But yeah, you can rotate and articulate the missile thing, but what you have to do is you have to open up these flaps here to even rotate it. And even then, you're going to have to wrestle with it a little bit. In order to get it all the way rotated, you're going to have to finagle with it a little bit. But it does rotate. It does not tilt. I mean, it does, but it does not tilt in the way you want it. If you wanted it to tilt, it would tilt like this. So there's really no way to get it to tilt up and aim. Your only way, you're going to get it to aim is if you rotate the guns up yourself. But overall, the vehicle mode is really nice, and I love the fact that they turned this into a missile truck, and I love the fact that it looks so different. Obviously, he's just really dark navy blue, and you can see some of the gray, brown in certain parts. But the big thing I really like is this color, the gunmetal, not even gunmetal, my bad, this brushed metal look that's on all the hand-foot guns. Like, it matches perfectly, and obviously there's another reason to that, but I love this color. It just looks industrial and militaristic. I mean, I like that metal color a whole lot. So, obviously, I don't have a lot of complaints with Onslaught here in vehicle mode. There's a little Decepticon symbol down there, by the way. All the wheels are pretty solid. My only big gripe with vehicle mode is this gap back here. It looks a little weird, but it's in the back, so I suppose that and the fists are a couple little minor talking points. But other than that, this vehicle mode definitely is really, really cool. On to transformation. First, you can leave the guns attached. For those of you that really hate parts forming, I don't mind it, so I go ahead and just pull them off. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. To transform him, first, what you want to do is you kind of want to lift these panels up and get them out of the way, like on the little missile truck thing, bed thing. Then what you want to do is you want to take the legs, and they split, and it's kind of difficult. You got to unhinge these feet from each other. I don't want to break him, but yeah, there you go. You just kind of have to pop it, and you pull those feet apart. Then what you want to do is you want to take these legs here, and you unpeg them and slide them down. Now, this is very important. A lot of people forget this, even though we've had Hotspot for 2 waves now. You take this little joint here, and you accordion fold it, like so. So it's kind of bent at a weird angle. You can't even see it. And then it clips in. So you should not see that blue joint. A lot of people leave the leg like this and wonder why he falls over, because you can see that blue joint. You should not see that blue joint. You see it folded up under there? What you want to do is you want to take it. You got to get your finger under there too. And it bends and folds, and it's really difficult because these joints are hard. Okay, like that. And then you just kind of wiggle it in like so. So there it is. It's in there now, and it's underneath the leg, and it's all locked together. That is how his legs are supposed to work. An added feature, these little heel spurs flip down, so that's cool. I'm glad they added that. Take these feet, flip those down, stand him up. Then, obviously, we split these pieces here, bring them down. Go ahead and rotate his backpack. No, his backpack stays down like that. I'm sorry. Just leave his backpack like that and flip these kind of up, and then I guess, yeah, all this kind of folds up, and this sits at a weird angle. So you fold all that up, compress all that as far as I remember. Then you want to rotate the shoulder pieces down, take these pieces and lift them up, bring the arms down, and then these close down over the place that you just opened up, which is cool. So those close down. Open up the chest, flip up the head, close up the chest, and there we have Onslaught in his robot mode. And here in robot mode, Onslaught is a sight to behold. He's got these really nice chunky shoulders with that gray, browny military color. He's got the purple, sporadically detailed through him. He's even got some of that really nice gray in his robot mode here. And then the chest looks like one of those G1 stickers, but 3D, and it is so cool. The really nice great effect we had on Hotspot is back here with some purple detailing, and my goodness, he looks good. His two guns that he came with can equip on his back, a la G1, but you do have to finagle with the backpack just a little bit. I tend to just kind of stick them on here. But yeah, you do have to wrestle with it a little and just kind of straighten some stuff up. And I mean, if you don't want... You can put them any way you want, but I tend to leave them like that. So he's got his missile thingies on his back. So, yeah, robot mode posability is really, really good, actually. You've got the whole shoulder ratchet here, and obviously if this is bent even in the slightest, it's going to get in the way. So you can rotate this up like so, and that also brings his missiles up over his shoulders. And it kind of gets you a little bit more rotation, but that's something you're going to have to do. You get a swivel out to the side, a double elbow bend, and then a swivel down here as well. The head is on a very emotive ball joint. I'm kind of surprised. It does rock, but that's because the panel underneath it moves. But it does, you know, side to side. You get some pretty good emotion out of it. Nothing at the waist, obviously, because of the way he transforms. We have ratchets out to the side, ratchets forward, a knee bend, and then nothing at the foot because of the way it all folds up. But still, there's that. So, let's compare him to Hotspot. Obviously, the legs are well, not really. The feet are totally different because they are. His chest is very different looking. The heads are different. His shoulders end up looking different too because the different shape. Really, the only thing you're seeing borrowed is like the midsection and the arms and then the upper legs here. But Onslaught does a really good job standing out from Hotspot. He just works. I don't quite know how to explain it other than he works in this mold with all the changes that they've done to him. Honestly, Onslaught is my favorite reuse of a mold. I know these little cutaway segments are supposed to be funny, but Hasbro, are you listening to me? I'm 100% serious. Do more stuff like this. No more just arbitrary repaints. Stuff like this. Put some care. Put some thought into it. This is what we want. A close-up of the head sculpt reveals that it is very nice and G1-y. Cool. So, red visor, pretty neat. But there you have it, Combiner Wars Voyager Class Onslaught. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you tomorrow in Bruticus Week Day 4.